What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Some contract news last night broke at the Spurs kind of late in the day, and I wanted to cover it this morning. Two-player contracts were exercised, which you can see right there, and one player was not. While I'm doing this video, please let me know in the comments down below. Do you like the fact the Spurs have exercised the two players you see here? And your thoughts on the player whose contract has not been extended as of yet. Of course, if you like to support the channel, hit the thumbs up. It's fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious. And subscribe for more Spurs content. Let's get into it. The Spurs exercise team options on Kelman Johnson and Devin Vassell. Well, duh, kind of saw that coming. Real quick FYI on their contracts. They both signed 4-year contracts with the Spurs, rookie contracts. I believe the first 2 years are guaranteed, and year 3 and 4 are team options, which means a team can elect to keep them or say, Ole, have a good day. Kelman's third year's already been optioned because he's playing this season, and him and Devin will be with the Spurs next year, so the Spurs have optioned into their contracts. For Keldon, that next year is the last year of his contract. So after that, the Spurs have the option to extend him or, of course, say goodbye. And Devin, the following season, the same would apply. I think both players are, from what we've seen with their growth, likely to both be extended after their 4-year contracts expire. But this is good news. I expected it, but I wanted to cover it with you today if you weren't aware of what happened. So let's get into the meat of the article. The Spurs announced, of course, that they exercise their team options. That's a really great picture, by the way, of Kelman and Devin. I really like that. Maybe that'll be the thumbnail. I think it will. So let's get into what the Pound and the Rock has to say about this move. The move ensures both players are under contract under the rookie scale deals through 2022 to 2023, which I believe is around $4 million a year. Correct me if I'm wrong. It also guarantees San Antonio's young nucleus, which we all are excited for, stays intact for the time being. The Silver and Black took Kelman 29th overall in the 2019 NBA draft. Crazy to think that Kelman was taken 29th, and our first round pick, Luka Samanic, 19th overall, is already gone. And though he played sparingly as a rookie, hey, I like what he did in the bubble, he blossomed into a full-fledged starter during his second season in San Antonio, earning NBA Rising Stars honors. I did not know that. And joining USA Basketball on their gold medal run at the 2020 Olympics. Pop in the front office used their first lottery pick in more than 2 decades, which is crazy to think. 2 decades to get our first lottery pick. That's a sign of excellence. That's a dynasty. To select Devin Vassell 12th overall in the 2020 NBA draft. Despite coming off the bench for most of the first go-round, the Florida State product became the first Spurs rookie to log at least 1,000 minutes since Kawhi Leonard. Didn't know that either. The San Antonio Spurs have high hopes for their pair of talented wings with DeMar DeRozan, Rudy Gay, and Patty Mills off the roster. And let's add LaMarcus Aldridge in there. That was our vet core going into last season. LA, DeMar, Rudy, and Patty. All gone. They'll likely rely on Kelman and Vassell. It's interesting, he went first name and then last name. They'll likely rely on Kelman and Devin to replace a fair share of the point production left in their wake while contributing to their defense-first approach. And the defense still wins championships. That's how the Spurs were great for so many years. I like this move. I've said it numerous times on the channel. Kellen's my favorite player, so I'm glad he's going to be back next season. I fully expect him to be, but this just solidifies that thought, and of course, Devin coming back as well. Now, let's get into the other news, courtesy of Ken's 5. I need to scroll up, apparently. The roster set, Lonnie Walker. The deadline for the team to extend Lonnie Walker has passed, which means this summer offseason he will be a restricted free agent. There's a roster. I'm not surprised. So what this means is the Spurs will have the right to match any offers made for Lonnie. So let's say team offers Lonnie 3 years, $36 million. The Spurs can match that offer or beat it, but I wouldn't expect them to beat it if they don't extend him. But they have the option to match it, and if they do, then Lonnie, of course, can sign with the Spurs. If they don't match it, then Lonnie is no longer restricted, and he can sign with, I don't know, the Bulls or Heat or wherever he wants to go. But Lonnie seems upbeat about it. In this interview, I just want a little snippet of what he had to say about the contract situation. He sums it up perfectly in just, sentence here.
But, for the most part, I'm really not trying to think about it. Yeah. Let it be what it has to be.
It worked out for. Let it be what it has to be. And the interviewer was about to say it worked out for Jakob Poeltl last season, which is true. I believe Jakob was not extended going into his last year on his Spurs contract, and they ended up extending him for 3 years. The Lonnie Walker situation is interesting because I like Lonnie. I think a lot of us do. But I feel like he's going to really have to show us something different this year. If he plays like he did last season, I don't think the Spurs are going to extend his contract with Trey Jones and Josh Primo, waiting in the wings to come off the bench and show that, they deserve his spot. So it's a tough situation. I hope that he does play well and he shows not only us as Spurs fans, but shows Pop in the front office that, hey, I deserve to be with the Spurs another 3, 4 years, whatever the contract may be. But he's going to have to show improvement. He can't have another year where he's inconsistent and averaging about 12 points per game. But, the coaching staff is also going to be a part of that. And he can't be giving him 10 minutes one game, then 30, then 15, then 20. You got to give him some consistency in his playing time, consistency to be out there and play with a group on a regular basis and get acclimated to, the new players that are around him too. So I'm rooting for Lonnie. If it doesn't work out, I'll wish him the best. Once a Spur, always a Spur. But I'm hoping, and I have a feeling Lonnie's going to show us something this year that says, "Hey, I still deserve to be a Spur." But if he's not, I wish him well wherever he goes. And that's kind of like a guys quick video. The NBA season starts tonight, and I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. The Spurs season doesn't officially start tomorrow, which I'll be live for the Spurs and the Magic, but I will be live tonight for the Bucks versus the Nets. Why the Bucks versus the Nets? Well, one, the Nets are my local team living in Connecticut, so almost all their games that aren't national TV are going to be broadcast on the Yes Network, which I get. Two, I'll be transparent. It'll help grow my channel covering another team. While I won't get them as much coverage as the Spurs, and if there's a clash between the Spurs and the Nets playing, 99% of the time I'm going to choose the Spurs game over the Nets game. But three, there's two former Spurs on there. And while I was never a huge LaMarcus Aldridge and Patty Mills fan, I do like them and do respect what he brought to the team, and I'm very curious to see how they produce in Brooklyn this season. And not only that, I get to watch some of the best players in the world tonight with Giannis, with KD, with James Harden. So it should be a fun game. I'm looking forward to calling it and hope to see you in the chat tonight, Spurs fans. If you got nothing going on, stop by, say hi. How are you? Maybe an FU, but whatever it is, if you want to say go Spurs, go in the chat. That's all good too. That's all I got. Hopefully the volume's better. I put a boost on the microphone. Some of you said the volume's been a little low lately, so hopefully I've corrected that. I don't want you guys to have to crank up the volume to hear me on my video and then quickly lower it on another video because your ears are ringing. So hopefully we made some adjustments. It looks like I'm dipping into the red a little bit, so the Go Spurs Go should be pretty loud too. So earphone users beware. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, Go Spurs Go!